So the message that was coming through today, guys, is that you grew up in a life where you felt like you didn't meet expectations of the people surrounding you. You were always classed as like a problem, when really it was the people around you who felt intimidated by the light that you carry. Welcome to Angie Baby Intuitive. Thank you for joining for your collective message. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all here. I love, appreciate, and welcome each and every one of you. Okay. Let's start with these. You may have felt like nothing that you'd done was good enough. That's definitely what was coming through, but that's not what I was getting at. I was getting more at you would look around, whether you've got numerous siblings or whether you have another sibling, and there would be excuses made for the other sibling when they would do certain things, right? But with you, it would immediately go back to, oh, you're difficult. You don't know social etiquette and all those sorts of things, like you were made to feel just less of a person. For some of you, you may have been operating from a shadow side, but that was because you went through an awakening early in your life. This was what they didn't understand. You were made to feel guilt. You were always gifted, you were always blessed. And you were made to feel guilty because of that. We've got dreams and messages you've known for a very long time, or you've been in touch with ancestors. But you've known for a very long time through the messages that you receive. I just heard crazy. And healing coming through. Where was I? You've known for a very long time the light that you carry. You've known for a very long time that you were special. I'm hearing a cut above the rest, but you weren't acknowledged for that because it was a different narrative to what the family unit was, whatever that means for you. You weren't a child that was praised. You sat and watched praise everywhere else, even outside of your family. You never got to experience that. For all, even though, I was going to say for all of the gifts that you carry, but for all of the abundance that you were, for all of the amazingness that you are. Disharmony triggers conflict. You're releasing that now. You're learning to be grateful for the person that you have become because of this life, because of what you have learned. We've also got contracts and commitments, so this could be the experience that you came in for. You were never allowed to express yourself like others could have moments of expressing like moodiness, okay? You weren't allowed to do that. Whenever you done it, again, it was posed as, oh, you're just being a problem, you're being difficult. Look how angry and da-da-da you are. But it was actually your shadow side working for you. Almost rebelling up against the inequality, the imbalance that you felt was your life. Ground from the root. Listen from the heart. Trust yourself. What is meant for you will find you. We've also got tap into your sacral power. These are the gifts that you hold. This is the power that you hold. This was intimidating for the people around you. Not only did it not sit with their narrative of what they wanted to portray, but you also intimidated the heck out of people. You may have learnt how just to sit back and listen from the heart, okay? You may have like separated or pulled back from everybody, from life in general. You just went on your own journey, but it wasn't as a, oh God, I don't want to be involved with anybody. This was just your way of healing, was to pull your energy back and work on your inner self. It started probably from a journey of like, oh gosh, I need to change myself. But you realized in the end, no, I don't need to change myself. What is meant for me will find me, regardless of what I'm told that I am. You learnt to trust yourself. That's not quite what I'm getting from this. It's just that you learnt to understand from the inside out. Retreat. It wasn't retreat and surrender, it was retreat and rise. And it wasn't like what is meant for you will find you. It's like you found yourself in that retreat. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I've got someone at the door. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you found the pieces within yourself that you had lost. One of those cards is coming through to me right now, so this is just gaining the insight that's needed. You learnt to appreciate and trust those parts of yourself, even though you were told different about yourself. You no longer felt the need to apologise for being you. That's coming through, so that could be relevant for somebody. You released the burden, the expectations, and understood your worth. Bringing yourself out of the cold, but also possibly seeking refuge elsewhere within different communities that understood you, that built you. And you overcame feeling less. Changed your perspective on what you had been told was you. Learning to trust yourself. Actually, I'm going to pull from these first. Wants to come out. What is it? Blissful blossoms, joy, beauty, celebration, compassion, playfulness, blissful blossoms. The ancient rulers of the waters, power, wisdom, connection, solar radiance, vitality, dignity, and enlightenment. Oh, I love that. This is exactly what you done when you pulled your energy back. You learned how to celebrate yourself. You didn't need anybody else to do that for you. It's like everyone would celebrate other people around you with such expression, and you were just sort of there with anything that you would accomplish. It was just never acknowledged. But when you withdrew yourself, you just learnt how to be with yourself. Connect with yourself. This is where you knew that you were always divine. You had something in you. This is the gift. It was divinity that you held within you, because we've got divinity and enlightenment, vitality. This is what you were shown when you retreated. You are radiant, the sun. You are radiant. That is what other people around you could not handle. For some of you, you may have grown up in like a religious family or belief system family, right? And you held this power. We've got power, wisdom, and connection, ancient rulers of the water. You may have just been connected to loved ones, you know, ancestry and God in your own way. And this is what intimidated people. It was like, oh, what are you talking about? You're crazy. You're this, you're that, right? Because they couldn't understand the connection that you had, the gifts that you had. How come you radiated the way that you did when you are in a different package, if that makes sense to you. You may have been the one who, you know, didn't give a poop. You walked around in tracksuit pants and da-da-da-da-da, yet you had this radiance about you. Whereas the other people may have dressed in beautiful dresses and, you know, held up a certain standard, a certain image. And so how can you, when you dress like that and you look like that and you don't care about your appearance, be connected to the divine? But you were all along. It comes in different packages, right? When you're talking to an angel, you don't necessarily know that you're talking to an angel in any given moment. A had this experience once where it was a little guy. He had a really long beard, very unkept, unclean, almost homeless looking. Not making any judgment, because I didn't judge in the moment either. I had a really nice conversation with this person, and mid-conversation he says to me, "Do you want to know what you were in a past life?" And I said, or something like that. And I says, "Yeah, okay, cool. Let me know." And he goes, "You were high up in Egypt." I would have to have a minute to sort of think about the conversation, but I remember that part of it distinctly. And the funny thing is that my mother always had a knowing herself that she was from Egypt, so that made complete sense. And when my father was dying, they bought a house in they moved from Belmont and bought a house up in Chidlow. And inside this house, it was absolutely amazing, but in my parents' bedroom there was a great big mural on the wall, and the mural was of a pyramid, okay, with like just this star on top of the pyramid, just above the pyramid, and down the hallways was like all of these ethereal, mystical paintings all the way down the hallway. It was crazy. It was crazy. But yeah, he told me that I was connected to Egypt. Don't know why. It came out of nowhere. I remember this, and he had this, he would walk with a limp. He was walking with a limp, and he had this great big ulcer like on his leg, because his leg was fully bandaged, and we were having a conversation about that as well. And yeah, it was just, mid-sentence, he just stopped and said, "Do you want to know what you..." And I thought, wow. That is a moment, I'm picturing it as clear as day right now, and it was a moment that I will probably carry with me for the rest of my life. It was just a really beautiful... So what my point is that you may be talking to an angel, but you don't know that you're talking to an angel. Image and how a person looks means jack. Okay, that was what I was getting at. I forgot where I was actually at now, but anyway, we'll move on. You hold this within you. You've got this power, this wisdom, this connection. This is what intimidates the people around you. That's right. You've always tried to express possibly that you were connected, that you would have these experiences, and they wanted to put you in an asylum rather than embrace the actual connection that you had. So you learnt to blossom in your retreat, in your stillness. To treat yourself with the respect, to trust that you deserve, to trust yourself fully. Alchemy flew out. Divine justice. Oh, and stillness, just as I'm talking about stillness, we've got clearing coming out and completion to this. You have forgiven the people. You actually thank these people. You've learnt to embrace your powers and your gifts more. You know how to you've turned that pain into power. For some of you, you have gone on to build a beautiful life for yourself that exceeds all of the expectations that were put upon you. And what was coming through is that you still don't get acknowledgement for that. This forgiveness cleared everything. This is how you were able to step into your power, and how you were able to go on and create what you wanted to exceed all expectations. You've been on a healing journey, and I do feel like you've completely moved past that now. Like you've healed the parts of yourself that needed healing. wisdom. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Look at all these cards that are coming out. Through all of the adversities, all of the ridicule that you went through, you have built an amazing life for yourself. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups, you've got the love that you deserve. What will find you? What was that card? What is meant for you will find you, whatever that was. But you have found the love that you deserve. You're surrounded by people who appreciate you for who you are. You now stand in your power, your purpose, your energy. You're an inspiration to others. You chose a life direction that sort of fit with who you actually were at the core, that no one else could see. And it's moved you towards, oh man, you built a life. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Like when we were saying just then, you've the completion here, the healing completion, like you are just fully, you know, where you should be, fully in your, I don't want to say cliche abundance, because that's not what I feel, but this is the closest that I can think of right now that explains what I'm feeling. Like you've built a really comfortable life for yourself on a spiritual level. Not necessarily in material life. However, I do get that you have exceeded expectations when it comes to the material realm. Fulfilling. You live a very fulfilling life on different levels, spiritual, blah, 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 right? We don't have to go into that. Love it. Archangel Raphael, see with enlightened eyes, open to abundance. We had open and receiving when we first started this reading coming out, because that is what you were meant for, even though you were told different. Green could be very significant to you. If you haven't already built the life, it's coming in. Archangel Azrael, it's time to let go, prepare for change. It's time to bring this healing to completion and understand that it was never you. It's what they want you to know. It was never you. It was just you intimidated people. You made people have to question themselves, their own connection with God, their own divinity. Because you just, like, you made it look so easy. You just done it. You just were. You were it. And people couldn't understand that. Alright, we'll grab some of these because you know how I am with them. I love them. They feared your power. The past is over. It cannot touch me. It can touch me not. All your past, except its beauty, is gone. And that beauty is the beauty that was within you to begin with. what you were at the core. All your past, except its beauty, is gone, and nothing is left but a blessing. And that is what has come out here, like the life that you've built for yourself, the spiritual life even that you've built for yourself. You just are content with who you are and where you are in life right now. Let me be still and listen to the truth. Sit quietly and close your eyes. The light within you is sufficient. Boom. It alone has the power to give you the gift of sight to you. Exclude the outer world and let your thoughts fly to the peace within. They know the way. And I feel the love of God within me now. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all of the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. That's part of the healing process, bringing that to the completion. It's going to be okay. You are not alone. Go beneath the surface. I don't like taking them when they don't fly, but they just go so with the reading. If they're meant to come out, they'll come out, yeah? Alright, we've got what we need. So many, but we've got what we need. Azrael, healing will come from this. This is a time of change and transition. You may feel your current situation is out of your control, but Azrael's angelic energy is here to bring you hope and strength. Healing is happening. Trust in yourself and in your prayers, for the worst is almost over, and you will have good experiences once more. The activation is, thank you, Azrael, for guiding me to the healing within this time of change. Jeremiel, call back your power. Forgiveness is no longer about allowing someone or something to affect your state of happiness. It doesn't mean you have to forget the past, avoid a situation entirely. Right now, you are being encouraged to take your power, your light, and your capacity to make a decision back into your own hands. By taking back what is yours, you also command respect from those around you, as you should. Activation is, I forgive the past, and I give myself the respect I deserve. Wow. Charity, bring peace where you can. This is a time for reconciliation. If you're holding a grudge, it is time to let it go. Wow. What was the archangel that told you that just now? The only person who will suffer from this restriction is you. It's time to bring your heart to the present moment. It's time to show up wholly and fully with love. You deserve the freedom that forgiveness and understanding will bring you. Activation, I am ready to understand and forgive. That's weird because it did come out earlier. So sky beings, see from a higher perspective. You are being guided to take a higher perspective. Do not allow yourself, the Hanged Man, do not allow yourself to be limited by what you do not see or understand. Do not allow your current experiences to disrupt you from being the force of light you were born to be. Be open to seeing things differently and with consideration, for by being willing to shift your perspective, you allow angels to bring divine order to your life. Activation, thank you, sky beings, for helping me see this differently. Shamuel, let love in. You are beloved, you are cherished more than you'll ever know. It's time to begin seeing yourself through the eyes of God. Choose to move beyond self-criticism and judgment. Be open to seeing yourself in a more loving light, in a more loving way. When you are willing to see yourself lovingly, you open the door of your heart and all forms of love enter it. Activation, I am willing to see the love I have within. Earth Guardian, learning in the happening. You may be telling yourself that everything happens for a reason, but this might not be helping you heal from the pain a particular situation has caused you. It's important to know that there is a divine plan to teach you a lesson. There isn't a divine plan to teach you a lesson. It's more that life experiences unfold based on your decisions, and in order for you to learn from every moment, from every moment. Today you are being encouraged to find the reason behind what's happening now, and the reason is you. Activation, I am open to expanding my knowledge and learning that different perspective. Principality study, spiritual study is essential. You are on a path of great learning. You have already gained so much understanding from your spiritual encounters and experiences in order to become the teacher you were born to be. More study is required. Take the time to dive into spiritual books and text. Study them carefully, or your own third eye. Okay, because underneath the sacral was messages from the third eye. So, also guidance from your own self. Trust that as well. Trust yourself. For they are here to help you understand fully some of the processes that you have experienced naturally. The activation is I am willing to learn in order to teach. You may go on to build other people up from a broken place. Oh my goodness, so many. God's called justice on what you went through, on people trying to bring you down. You now create your own life. This is what was coming out in the cards, right? Trust your spiritual vision is also here, Raphael again. And you're surrounded by people who appreciate who you are. You've taken back your power, your emotional and spiritual power. You've taken it back. Trust your spiritual vision. Your psychic and spiritual abilities are awakening. Trust what you are seeing, for your intention is correct. Your intuition is correct. You have read between the lines, and the information you feel rising up within you is being divinely revealed to you. You have spent lifetimes preparing for this moment, and although you may feel apprehensive, you were born for this. Believe in the beauty of your gifts. The activation is I trust my inner vision. So that third eye, deeper spiritual insight. You rose above it. You didn't just accept what people were telling about you. God leveled the playing field, brought everything into alignment as it should be. You're definitely not who they were trying to tell you you were. You're definitely not who they were trying to tell you you were. You're not even the person that they may have been comparing you to, or the people that they may have been comparing you to. This is you. 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 Okay. All right, let's get some affirmations. I'm going to pull from this one. Yeah, I'm not dragging it out today. Believe in miracles. You need to put back the music. You need to put the music back into your life. Problems resolve when you surrender them to your angels. Shine your light for all the world to see. Love will get you through. I think what Spirit wants you to know is that how they were and what they said and how they felt about you was based on their own, you know, hurt people hurt other people. Is that the saying? I think it is. Hurt people hurt other people. Okay, and so the people who surrounded you may have been hurt in their lives, and so therefore they couldn't understand, you know, how you could be the way that you were, how you could shine the way that you did. Okay. I am blessed, a living and loving expression of the eternal union. This is your connection. I create healthy boundaries supporting my personal growth and potential. I release old burdens and expectations of love. I am free to choose with confidence. Beautiful. You've realized that your worth isn't up for negotiation. There's no negotiating on your worth, but also what you hold within you. It was a gift that was given to you, and you've understood how to embrace that. This is your reading, guys. If you resonate, pop a like on the video and share it for other collective to be able to receive this message. If you vibe with my energy and you want to become a part of our soul fam here, subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to stay up to date with messages that come through, hit that notification bell. It's an absolute pleasure as per usual. Thank you guys for bringing your energy through, your beautiful energy through. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Spirit. And I'll see you in the next one. Keep shining.